Hey everyone, Mike Simmons here, Technology Department, and today I'm going to talk about how to make you dangerous enough to solve most problems on Mac tickets. What do I mean by dangerous? Well, we're going to show you how to get an admin username and password, and that means you could pretty much do anything you want on the machine to make it work. Alright, let's get started. First thing you want to do is open up a Safari web browser. So you're going to go to Safari, and you might ask yourself, why Safari? Well, it's because if you're logged in as the user and you pull up Safari, it really doesn't care who you are. You don't have to go incognito or anything like that. So just pull up Safari and head over to this website for scythek12.jamfcloud.com. Most people use Chrome. See right here, Chrome. But for this example, we're going to use Safari. Once you pull up for scythek12.jamfcloud.com, it's not going to pull up this page. It's actually going to pull up a login page. I want you guys to log in with your SA account, your elevated SA account. All right, once you're logged in, and that's just a whole spiel about getting logged in, and you're working on the Mac that's having whatever the problem is, right? On the upper left-hand corner, it has an Apple symbol. Do that, click About This Mac, and we're looking for the serial number. Double click it. You can right click copy, or if you do Command plus C, it's going to copy. Command plus C is copy. If it's a Windows keyboard, I know the keyboards get mixed matched. If it's a Windows keyboard, just do the Windows key plus C. It copies. On the left hand side, it has computers. We're going to search inventory, and then you're just going to do Command V like victory, Command V to paste, or Windows key V to paste. Once you paste it, do a search. There it is. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to pull up this page. Now under General, on the left hand side under Inventory General, you're going to scroll down, and it's going to have your Manage Local Administrator Accounts. This is the powerful tool right here. It does do a rotating password every 12 hours. So you're going to click on the blue hyperlink that says View Accounts and Passwords. And then inside of here, it's got your Manage Local Admin Accounts. So you have a username and a password. You've got a couple to choose from right here. Typically, it's the top one. The temp is mostly for pre-stage. And then this username, and then the password. Once you hit View, it's going to cause a rotation. That's why I don't mind putting it in the video, because it rotates a randomly generated password every 12 hours. So I'm going to hit the copy clipboard. It's going to have a little check mark, and now I've got power at my fingertips. Something common that you would do is, if the machine's having a hard time checking in with Jamf, is go ahead and hit the Command plus spacebar, and it's going to pull up a Spotlight search. Once you pull up your Spotlight search, type in the word terminal. That's just Apple's version of command prompt, and then we're going to double click that. Now right now, see, I'm logged in as a standard F account, and I can't really do a whole lot in terminal with that. But if I wanted to elevate inside of command prompt, I could do this username right here and this password, which I've already copied to the clipboard. See the check mark right there? Okay. So to change the user while I'm inside a terminal, I'm going to do SU space. I'm going to type in the username, and then enter. And then it asks for the password, so I'm going to do Command plus V to paste it. You won't see it type anything on the password, but it's there. Just hit enter. And now I've switched over to that new user. See right there, Jamf Service Agent on this machine with that standard user. Okay, great. Now, here's a command. If you ever wanted the machine to be able to communicate or talk back in with Jamf Pro, which this is Jamf Pro right here, we can do sudo jamf policy, and that's going to pull down all the policies that the machine needs. Hit enter. It's going to ask for the password one more time, and just do Command plus V or Windows plus V to paste it. And see how much easier that is? Imagine having to type that password in each and every time. It's better to be on the machine that you're working on instead of trying to copy it and, visually look at it and say, okay, what are all these letters, numbers, dashes? Okay. And now I'm going to do sudo jamf recon, and that's going to trigger any additional updates for the machine. So the two terminal commands would be sudo jamf policy right here, and then sudo jamf recon right here. If you got those two, you're going to be powerful. Now, there's a couple more things you can do on a Mac with a user name and a password that's administrator, and it has to do with agents. Yeah, not like secret agents, but agents. And there's a couple agents you can get in your Tech Tools. So if you pull up Chrome and you go to your OneDrive, see I've got OneDrive right here. Hopefully you have Tech Tools linked to your OneDrive. If you don't, just get with sysadmin. We can talk you through how to do it. It's real simple. So inside of Teams, it'll say link to OneDrive. But anyway, there's a couple files inside of Tech Tools. One of them is called Global Protect. See, I've got this little globe right here for Global Protect. Sometimes the ticket might be as simple as, hey, I need Global Protect installed on my Mac. The way you do it is you go to Jamf Cloud, you get the username, the password, I've shown you how to do that, and then you go to your Tech Tools, and anytime it has to do with Mac, there's a couple file extensions you're looking for. It's either PKG or DMG. Now in this scenario, it's going to be Global Protect PKG, and then I'll just hit download, and it's going to save it to my downloads folder right there. So once it's in the downloads folder, I could just double click it and I can start to run the software. Now the problem is it may ask you, well, what's your administrator username and password? But now you've got it. You've got it right here, username, password. Just do a little bit of Command and C, Command and V, copy, paste, Windows C, Windows V, or Command C, Command V. Copy and paste, it's going to be your friend, and then you just type in the username, the password. So that's one agent. If you needed a different agent, I go back to Tech Tools here, and I've got not only Global Protect, but what if it's like printing issues? Print deploy client. I can come here, and again, you're looking for either a DMG or a PKG. See, the MSI is for Windows, and then the DMG is for Mac. So I've got a Mac file here. I just hit download, put it in my downloads folder, pop it up here, hit the little folder icon, and now I've got the agent for print deploy, I've got the one for Global Protect, and it's these little icons up here. I'm not going to reinstall either of those because mine's working right now and there's no need to install it. But those are a couple agents that might need your admin username and password, and that would be very helpful. Or if you're having problems with like a specific application and you pull up Finder, so if you hit that little squiggly guy right there and it pulls up Finder, on the left hand side it says Applications, and believe it or not, I could delete apps as an administrator. So if there's an app on here that I don't want, I just right click it and move it to trash. Now I like my parallels, so I'm not going to trash it, but let's pretend I go to move it to trash. It's going to ask what's my administrator username and password, and now you have it. And you have it for this specific machine because you found it logged in with your Elevated account inside of Jamf Cloud. And simple as that. I just wanted to give you guys the power at your fingertips so you have the tools to make changes, make updates, make adjustments. And then if you ever delete the app, you can always go back to self-service. There's something called self-service. Now the beauty of self-service is to install these. You don't need an app store, you just need self-service, and there's no admin password needed. Anyone can install from self-service. And if there's an app acting goofy, you can always do a reinstall. Like I have Audacity right here, I could just hit reinstall. Or Minecraft, it's not installed yet, but I might install that right after this video and kind of play around with that, you know, for work purposes. But thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial about Mac and getting the admin username and password. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.